What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video, and holy hell, Dickie Biscuits got what he wanted. Dak Prescott got paid the pretty penny he was looking for, and he did not have to sign a 5-year deal. Dak Prescott bet on himself, and it paid off, and I am happy for the guy. He's a great dude. He's a great quarterback. I am very happy for him. The question is, does this get the Cowboys closer to winning Super Bowl in the next coming years? Well, we'll talk about that in just a couple seconds, but let's just shine some light on this big contract signing. The Cowboys are giving Dak Prescott a 4-year, $160 million deal, including a record $126 million guaranteed. Sources tell ESPN the first 3 years round out to $42 million a year. Holy shit. I don't know what I would do with that amount of money. Like, that is an absolutely absurd amount of money. But like I said, good for Dak Prescott. He balled out at the beginning of the season before he got hurt. And the number one thing that helped Dak Prescott get this contract is when Andy Dalton stepped in his place, a veteran, good backup quarterback. He was considered one of the best backups in the league. He steps in for Dak Prescott. People expected things to just keep going the way they were going, and Andy Dalton made it look impossible. Andy Dalton made the Cowboys realize how much they needed Dak Prescott because that offense went from 100 to 0 so fast after Dak got hurt. It was unbelievable. Dak Prescott was the glue to that offense, and he was what kept those gears moving. And I think Andy Dalton, at the end of the day, was the guy that got Dak Prescott this paycheck. I'm being real here. Like, Andy Dalton's struggles really helped Dak get paid. We all knew that the quarterback market would be trending in this direction, just nobody knew who would be the next one to get this kind of contract. We all knew Dak Prescott was in this kind of conversation, but we never knew whether or not the Cowboys were going to pull the trigger on it, and obviously they just did. But now this sets the precedent for all these other quarterbacks that would easily be considered better than Dak Prescott, such as our very own Josh Allen. This guy's going to be looking for some money, as he should be. He absolutely deserves this kind of money. It's just going to be a huge punch to the gut as far as the cap goes. It's going to be tough to pay this amount of money for one position. It's hard to imagine that this is how much we're paying people now, but here we are. You know, quarterbacks, they absolutely deserve it. They're the glue to every team in the NFL, and Josh Allen is top 5 in the league right now, and he's absolutely going to be deserving the money he's getting. People were saying that maybe we should have paid him a lot sooner to avoid this kind of situation happening, but hindsight's 2020. You know, people were saying, oh, if we, signed him earlier, then we could have turned into like a Carson Wentz kind of situation, and we end up paying dead cap because Carson Wentz, or in our case, Josh Allen, goes downhill. But as I said before, hindsight is 2020. You could sit here and say all you want that we should have paid Josh before Dak got paid so we could avoid paying Josh this much, but, at the end of the day, you can't really say that because people were sitting there saying, oh, what if we pay Josh too soon, and then it turns into a Carson Wentz situation. It all could pan out in different ways, but, it's easy to sit here and say we should have paid Josh sooner. I mean, hindsight is 2020 at this point, but Josh deserves every penny he's going to be getting. But I did ask the question at the beginning of the video, does this help the Cowboys get closer to the Super Bowl? I mean, yeah, they locked in their franchise quarterback, but now they have no money and they can't pay to protect him. They can't pay for any defensive players. Their defense was probably the worst in the league last year statistically. I'm not too sure who exactly was, but they were definitely at the bottom. They were scoring 40-plus points per game and still losing games when Dak Prescott was still playing. They could not figure their shit out on defense. They were just absolutely abysmal, so they're not going to be able to help out their defense all that much because they just paid all that money to the quarterback position. So the Cowboys, I don't foresee them getting any closer to their goal in the next coming years, even though they got a ton of superstars, a ton of big names. They just can't figure their shit out over there. And honestly, when you really think about it, no disrespect to Dak at all, but I think I can easily name 10 quarterbacks I would want over Dak, so this really makes you realize how much money quarterbacks are going to be getting in the future because guys like Josh Allen, guys like Lamar Jackson, who, I mean, is controversially better than Dak Prescott, that depends who you ask, but he's going to be asking for a lot of money as well. Like, the prices are going to be skyrocketing after this contract, and we expected it. We just weren't sure who was going to be the first one to get the huge contract. So this signing also shuffles the deck on the Russell Wilson situation because the Cowboys were one of the trade destinations for Russell Wilson, and obviously they just locked in Dak Prescott, so now where will Russell Wilson go if he leaves Seattle at all? But I cannot foresee Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson being on the same team next year, and I can't imagine the Seattle Seahawks are going to hang on to that 70-year-old white old bitch-ass head coach of Pete Carroll who hasn't won in a couple of years now. I can't imagine you're holding on to him over your superstar quarterback. Who knows what is going to happen? Will Seattle hang on to Russell? Will they hang on to Pete Carroll? With another team off the table for Russell Wilson, that only leaves a couple more destinations for Russell to go, so he might end up just getting stuck in Seattle, and Seattle's going to say, oh, well, you play under Pete Carroll or you don't play. Who knows what's going to happen with this? A lot of shit has to pan out this season, and this is just the first domino that's going to knock over a bunch of other dominoes coming in this offseason. So this signing just opens the door to a lot of different conversations about Russell Wilson, about how much other quarterbacks are going to get paid. There's a lot of different things you could talk about when it comes to this signing, and yesterday was just the first first day of the offseason, the first day of the full swing of the offseason was yesterday, was Monday, and Dak Prescott got that monster contract. So shit is probably just getting started. I really hope so I can keep finding something to talk about. Finally, something's going on. I'm so happy. I want more things to go on. Allen Robinson just got tagged as this video went up. I'm not going to make a whole video about that, but Allen Robinson getting the tag is unsurprising, but it's undeserving. That guy deserves to get the hell out of there, and the Chicago Bears are doing him dirty. It's going to go down like a Deshaun Watson kind of situation or a Stephon Diggs kind of situation. He doesn't want that. I don't think the team wants that, but the Bears are doing him dirty. They should just try and deal him, but you know, that's a whole nother conversation. A lot of shit is about to go down. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. If you guys have any thoughts, leave them down below. If you guys like the video, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you want to head over to Twitter and follow me over there, I would appreciate that as well. But I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.